This is a film that looks at itself, the same way the sea looks at its own bottom.
Depth Department. Internal Report. 11. Case Study. The Time Machine. H.G. Wells, 1895. Subject: Temporal Optics and the Architecture of Duration.
4, 37, both up, quality, fine, safe and critical. Can't hear you. Farm.
1. Introduction. Time as an experimental surface.
Wells' scientist, the time traveler, does not invent a vehicle. He constructs a luminous container of consciousness. His machine does not travel through time. He moves from memory to premonition.
It seemed to swing and shimmer before my eyes.
In depth department terms, this is the transition from linear chronology to volumetric memory. Time is no longer a sequence, but a density, a material that can be bent, slowed, compressed.
Second, ontological shift, from history to architecture.
For depth department, time is not a dimension, but a medium of perception. When the time traveler moves through time, he does not leave space, but his own mode of perception. The machine is just a physical metaphor for a speed corrector of perception.
At that moment, Wells anticipates temporal engineering, the fundamental principle of all depth department experiments.
To move through time is to alter the refresh rate of consciousness.
Third, temporal illusion, seeing speed as space.
Wells' description of the passage of time, the house is disintegrating, the stars are accelerating, the light is condensing, is not a narrative image, but an ontological glitch. Consciousness is trying to see its own process of flow. This is a depth department phenomenon called autocinematic time, when perception records itself.
I saw the lab swirl into darkness, not vanish, but elongate.
The time traveler becomes the first movie camera, a man who sees the frame rate of the universe in real time.
Fourth, temporal topology, two worlds as two speeds.
When a traveler arrives in the distant future and meets Eloy and Morlocks, Wells is not describing a civilizational allegory, but a physical separation of perceptions. The Eloy live in slow time, horizontal, light, surface. Morlocks live in fast time, vertical, subterranean, mechanical. For the depth department, it's temporal duplex, consciousness divided into two rhythms of perception. Eloy, dream exposure. Morlocks, memory compression. Between them, the machine itself, the only object that possesses both materiality and duration.
V. Time machine as a kinematic machine. In the laboratory language of the depth department, the time machine equals optical memory loop with variable speed control.
Basically, it's a movie projector before a movie. Time travel is identical to projection acceleration. The faster light passes through consciousness, the faster reality disintegrates. Time traveler is the first operator of edited time. Just as editing in a film moves the present between frames, so his machine shifts consciousness between memory and anticipation.
U. Ontological horizon, the end of time.
When the time traveler reaches the last seconds of the universe, of the dark sea, the dying sun, the wind, he does not witness the end of the world, rather than the dying of perception. It is not cosmic, but cognitive death. The light can no longer return to memory.
The sky was a cold black dome, and yet I knew it once held color.
In depth department terms, it's a memory horizon event, the point at which reality can no longer be restored from the archive. Time doesn't end, it just becomes unreadable.
7. Return. False continuity.
When the time traveler returns, no one believes him, and that's no accident, because he didn't return from the future, but from another perception algorithm. His stories are not reports, but desynchronized memory logs.
In the depth department archives, this is called asynchronous return.
A subject who returns with an altered frequency of recall can no longer be synchronized with reality.
Eight. Conclusion. The world as a time instrument.
For the depth department, the time machine is not science fiction, but the first draft of consciousness engineering in space-time. What Wells describes as a machine we recognize today as the system of all our media, the camera, the film, the digital recording, the neural network, are all variants of one and the same attempt, that consciousness controls the speed of its own existence.
The time machine is, in this sense, an ontological metronome. To speed up is to age. To slow down is to dream.
To stop means to erase.